Thank you, Mr. President. It hardly needs to be emphasized that the biggest threat to peace and human rights in today's world comes from the Taliban and their fellow Islamic radicals operating in the FPAC region. But even more worrisome is that the world's determination to confront these rogues appears to be flagging. Also, a group of Taliban sympathizers have grown in the civil society as well as in the strategic community, which seems to feel that not all Taliban are bad and that it is possible to make a deal with the good ones. The frontline ally of the West in the war on terror, Pakistan and its army in particular, clearly feel the same way, with the difference that for them, the Taliban devastating Pakistani cities are the bad ones and should be fought, while the Taliban fighting the West or their allies like Lashkar-e-Taiba, creating mayhem periodically in India, are the good ones and should be left alone. We clearly need to look at the reasons why we have not succeeded in the war on terror so far. One glaring failure has been on the part of us mainstream Muslims in not evolving a redefinition of Islamic postulates that would have left no room for the radicals to misuse Islam and our holy book, the Quran, for their nefarious ends. We did keep saying that Islam is a religion of peace, but that clearly has not been enough. The ideological dimension of this war has been completely lost. After all, suicide bombers do not perpetrate the heinous acts just because they have been offered a few 100,000 rupees. They have been brainwashed into believing not only that killing the infidel will earn them martyrdom, but also that those Muslims who are not engaged in fighting the infidel are the first and foremost enemies of Islam and need to be eliminated first, and that the person who helps do that will be rewarded instantly with a place in heaven. This is no place to engage in theological debates, but I can assure the world through this august forum that there is no room for this kind of thinking in the Islam that Prophet Muhammad had left behind. We probably took continued Western support for granted in putting down this inferno of hate